Please give your undivided attention to Rabbi Bifnim.
I'm going to start off with two small stories. One story is, I'm going to tell you, when I was your age, Kita Vav, Kita Zayin, when I would come home, my father would want to learn with me at least a few times a week, and he would always make sure that I could say it inside. If I couldn't say it inside, we would go it over. And you know what ended up happening? Because my father always learned this way, looking inside, today's day, he wrote a pirush on the entire Rambam, which has about 20 sfarim. You know what that comes from? When you learn inside, and you know how to learn inside in the words, it enables you to really know how to learn and to see in each word what it has to tell you. And that's how my father was able to write 20 sfarim on the entire Rambam. So you too, if you'll invest into learning inside the Gemarah, because let me tell you boys, two general points. You know the difference between Torah and other books? Other books, other learnings that people learn is all about gaining information. Torah is very different. Hashem gave us Sfarim to learn, written in the Torah. Torah is different than other subjects. Other subjects, you have to know the information. By Torah, you have to know what it says. You have to look in the words. It's all there. It's all inside the words, And the second story is, this is a true story. There was a boy in the Shiva, started off your age, but when he came to the Beis Medrash, to the Zal, he couldn't manage, because in the Zal and the Beis Medrash, you have to learn on your own. And if you can't learn on your own, you don't have a Rebbe teaching you each word. Because that you have to do in the elementary that you are now. And that boy wasn't looking inside when he came to the Beis Medrash, to the Zal. He didn't know how to do it. He didn't know how you learn inside. So the Rebbe had to help him for a few months with an extra chavrusa and an extra sefer to teach him how to do it. So here's your chance. Grab this opportunity, because now you have the chance. You are in the grades where you learn how to learn Gemarah, and that's how you learn Torah, by looking inside. And one more major point, by Chazorah, reviewing it as much as you can. And that's why we have this system of Miftzah Torah Gemarah Bifnim, which is going to help you and encourage the learning of Bifnim. So listen carefully how you're going to do this Miftzah. It's basically by doing three things. And that's how you gain points in the system. And that's how at the end of the year you're able to buy the Sfarim from the store. So this year is going to be a little different. It's going to be an upgrade from how it was in the previous year. So listen very carefully. As you know, there are tests throughout the year. There's going to be less written tests this year, only about 7 tests. You could get 100 points on each test. Now, for Chazorah, during the week on the phone, you could get many more points this year. It used to be that the daily Chazorah on the phone of 5 minutes a day, you have to do at least 5 minutes on the phone, 5 minutes a day of learning Bifnim got you 2 points. This year, it's going to get you 10 points a day. 10 points a day, that means in 5 days you could get 50 points just from learning on the telephone each night. Then on Shabbos, it also is a big jump in the amount of points that you could receive. It used to be on Shabbos you could get 15 points from learning over the Gemarah with your father inside. This year you can get 25 points each Shabbos. That is 75 points each week that you can get from chazering on the phone and chazering Shabbos with your father, the entire Gemarah Bifnim that you learned that week. But let me tell you something. How do you get the points for learning on the phone? So let me tell you how it goes. There's a big difference when you're just saying Gemarah or if you're meant to give a shir. When you give a shir to someone, you're teaching someone, you say it very clearly. You say, now the Gemarah is going to ask you kasha, and then you explain. That's the way you should say it on the phone. You say it like you're giving a shir, like you're teaching it. And that's the way you say it, and that's the way you chazer it when you chazer it on Shabbos as well. So when you chazer, and you look inside the Gemarah all the time, you'll be gaining many, many points into the system, and you'll be able to buy wonderful prizes at the end of the year. So, to conclude, here is your chance at the beginning of the mitzvah to do whatever you can, and you boys in the Babachi Yeshiva have always been high up in the ranks in it, so keep it up, keep on doing the Chazara, looking inside when you learn. You have to listen carefully, put your finger inside if that helps, and it does help, so you can do that too, and Chazering on the phone, and on Shabbos as well, Bifnim. So I wish you all Hatzlacha Rabba, but before we go further, we're going to announce the points a little bit later. Now I'm going to ask Rabbi Simpson to please address the Talmidim with a few words. Yes,